last episode, we had our group bombard island where humans stayed, while also meeting Jiro's right-hand man named Powder, who has an ability to turn things into powder. They seem to kill everyone on the island, but suddenly, a man with pink skin arrived with groceries, and that man turned out to be Human himself. And it also turned out that Human is actually a worm who ate Chopper's Hitohitonomi, turning him into a human. They fought very hard battle, with Taiga almost dying but actually clutching and finishing off giant worm monster. After battle, Kai found surviving member of Hito Pirates and Damien wanted to save him just to interrogate later on, but Yokan killed him first, which created tensions inside the group, and then they left. End of the episode 18, roll episode 19. But before we jump in, please subscribe and like the video, hit the bell so you would get notified whenever the new video will come out. Also join my Discord and mention me on a server so we could chat, link would be in the description below. Episode 19 starts with group traveling to the G20 base where Commodore Jiro is stationed at. During their journey, Heather comes up to Bradley saying that she doesn't know what to do now, to which Bradley answers that she should join Marines. Heather answers that it's not that she doesn't want to, but she can't for some reason, which we will learn later on in the episode. Also, she asked permission to stay on the ship when they will arrive at G20, and Damien approved. Kai had an interesting conversation with Anchor Arms, who cannot control his ability and just always has his Anchor Arms on, which is crazy by the way. His shoulders and forearms must be crazy strong. We also learned that Anchor Arms is his real last name, which makes sense as he says that his family always had very strong people, so everyone called their arms so strong as anchors. Kai gives an advice to close his eyes and imagine himself with normal arms, and Anchor Arms hits a natural 20 and succeeds, and bursts into tears, hugging Kai and Kai hugging him back. Kai even asks Yokan to make a tattoo on his forearm, which Yokan does. Yokan, by the way, had a weird conversation with Heather about Custodian, whether he's actually deserving death or not, to which Heather answered, yes, he definitely deserves death. I guess this is just behind the scenes character development Yokan has within her mind as she is learning more about herself and her new philosophy about justice. Damien also had a quick conversation with Custodian, which established that Custodian is ready to die in Impel Down and actually fine with it, if his daughter is okay. Damien also noticed that Custodian is pretty wizard, but his daughter looks actually fine, which implies that Custodian gave his food to DJ Riptide. Damien and Bradley also tried again to give a prosthetic to Selena, which she quickly rejected again. But then, Bradley went up to her and talked to her, saying that he understands she doesn't like receiving help from others, so just says that she can steal a prosthetic if she really wants it. Also, it seems that Selena wants to find their father. Bradley doesn't like it, but also understands that she's a grown woman and can make her own decisions in life. As they arrive closer to the island, Selena says that she will be going from here on by herself and waves goodbye to everyone. Bradley runs up to her and hugs her and says that he loves her and to be careful. Selena says that she loves him back as well, and they depart her. We don't know if Selena stole that prosthetic. Island itself is filled with factories which turn out to be Jeopards. Damien and Powder talk about Jeopard and how he possibly can be a traitor. Damien says that he found DJ equipment used by DJ Riptide, that it was created by Jeopard, and Powder just says to Damien to be careful. They step on an island and a person named Buzzboy, who seems to be some sort of a beat Delph user, says that Commodore Gus is expecting them. It also turns out that there are two Commodores commanding that island. Commodore Jiro, who is not on an island at the moment but whose tower seems the most clean and even shining, and also Commodore Gus, whose whole aesthetic is fungi and mushrooms. Kai doesn't really want to go there, but Yokan drags him along and he just wears a fake mustache. They enter Gus's office and he immediately recognizes Kai. Kai is not very happy with him and doesn't show much respect to the man. Gus calls him Traitor's nephew, and at that moment Kai snaps and tries to punch him and is of course immediately stopped by Yokan and Damien. Gus starts off by congratulating the group with defeating Human and his pirates. He actually says that he had a bet with Jeopard that they will not be able to take down them, and Jeopard bet that they will take them down. So Gus lost. But also, he has some sort of mission he wants to assign them. There is this pirate group called Mist Pirates which recruits mythical Zoans for their crew, and it seems that Kai's grandfather might be joining them. So on a search for his dad, Jiro went missing and nobody knows what is up with him. So Gus assumes that he found his dad and just turned on the Marines, which implies that Gus is not in very good relationship with Jiro, or possibly he's just a very cold ally, Severus Snape style. Anyway, he shows bounty posters of Miss Pirate's crew, and on the top of it is Captain Tavrog, who looks like a minotaur with a bounty of 315 million bellies, Grail the Griffin, who ate the Griffin fruit, Amalu, who ate Scorpion Man fruit. There is also Cerberus fruit user and Gorgon fruit user. But the most interesting is the last picture, who has Hazard on it with a bounty of 15 million bellies. Seeing this, Yokan immediately stands up and wants to leave, and Busboy tries to stop her, but she says it's really important. Damien says that she needs to follow orders and she just simply cannot stand up on her own will and leave in front of the commanding officer. Then Yokan asks permission to leave from Gus and he just says that they all are dismissed and actually could fuck off. Also, Gus says that if they will manage to take down Mist Pirates, he will make Damien captain and give him his own branch. Then they leave and Gus says to Powder that they need to talk alone. Then Damien, Kai and Yokan start arguing about following discipline. Kai's side is that he doesn't respect the man, and was raised so that he doesn't need to listen to someone who he doesn't respect. And maybe rising higher in ranks won't change anything, with the example of Jiro, who is very high in ranks but doesn't seem to change the Marines. Yokan's side is that she just was very emotional, realizing Hazard is a pirate and wanted answers right away, and just thought that after assigning the mission they all could have been dismissed, and says that she knows better now. Damien's side is that he knows that to change Marines and do better, you need to stay alive, and to stay alive you need to follow orders and have more discipline, or at least seem that you follow orders, and to not cause any other problems to yourself, and Bradley actually agrees with it. Then they head to the ship and try to talk to Hazard. Damien notices several soldiers walking in black armor, same one he had, and tries to talk to them, but they just ignore him. Then there comes up some private that says there is no point talking to them, he believes they are just automatons. During that, Bradley manages to sneak on the ship first and says several lines to Hazard before everyone else, and simply says that if she needs help, they always will be welcome to help her. Then everyone else comes except for Kai, who plays poker with Taiga, Bell and Anchor Arms upstairs. They start by saying that they learn Hazard is a member of Mist Pirates and their current mission is taking down Tavrog. Then they ask Hazard to talk about it and want her to explain herself. She says that it's very hard for her, but she's going to try. So it all started with her eating a mythical Zoan in her father's field, and her father was very proud of her for some reason, and started talking about it, and word spread really quickly, and Miss Pirates heard about Heather. And one day she just woke up, not at her home. She's like 4 at the moment, by the way, and she was taken from home to Tavrock, who seems to act like a father figure but also has angry issues and seems to be abusive. A lot of people were murdered by him, and it seems that Heather also has a trauma from all the abuse she had from Tavrock. Hearing all that, Group comforts Heather, saying they will take down Tavrock and will help her. Her bounty is only 15 million bellies, so they can say that she helped in taking down myth pirates so she could join the Marines, and she should not worry about anything. After that, Braley and Heather also have a moment together where Braley asks her about the members of Miss Pirates and possible weaknesses, and Heather is very scared. So Braley holds her hand and then they hug. And of the episode 19, to be continued.